Are they going to change your life? Does it feel like walking on clouds? No, it doesn't, and no, they won't. But at the same time, it does sort of cheer me up when I see these next to my bed in the morning. Hi guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a small luxury haul for you of, believe it or not, mainly Hermes pieces. I do have one Versace piece, and I also picked up a few things from the Diptyque Holiday Collection, which I thought some of you might be interested in because this year Diptyque collaborated with an artist on this collection who is quite well known for his work with Hermes, so I thought I would share this with you. And I sort of have been contemplating sharing this haul now, or I was wondering if I should maybe wait a little bit longer until I add more things to it. But what I have come to realize is that pretty much all of these pieces are home related, and what better time than now to talk about sort of making little improvements to our homes and just making it feel and look more luxurious. Not to mention that all of these would make an incredible holiday gift. So whether you're looking to buy a beautiful gift that's also practical for someone else, or you're looking to treat yourself, you definitely don't want to miss these. Let's start with a piece that I picked up a couple of months ago, and it has just been sitting on my coffee table, but I didn't want to come on camera and just share this one thing with you guys. So I have been saving it, but I think it's finally time that I dig into this. And it is from the Hermes Beauty Collection. So Hermes launched their cosmetic line, I think either earlier this year or maybe late last year. I don't even know what's going on with time. Everything, all the months and days and weeks have just sort of all merged into one. But anyway, in the recent past, Hermes has come out with their own cosmetic line. And it was supposed to be this huge launch that they came out with lipsticks, and they were supposed to slowly start expanding into other categories. So I think the next things that they were supposed to drop were cheek products. I think they were supposed to do blushes and powder products. Then I assumed the next step would have been complexion, and then the ultimate goal is to go into skincare. Well, Hermes is a brand that's sort of known for taking their time, and 2020 hasn't been the best year for growth and expansion. So right now they only have a line of lipsticks, and I did pick up something for myself from the line. It's not a lipstick, but it is a lip product. But before I unwrap this, I wanted to quickly tell you guys that I noticed the other day, which I think I posted about this on my community tab, that my favorite online retailer for beauty, Selfridges.com, is running an early Christmas promotion, and they exclusively sell Hermes Beauty online. So if you've always wanted to give either their fragrances or their lipsticks a try, you might want to check out Selfridges. Make sure to leave a link to their lipsticks down below because they're running this early Christmas promotion. There is a code that you can apply. I'll leave it down below. It's a code that's available for everyone, so you can search for it yourself if you want to, but I'll leave it down below. If you apply that, you can get between 10 and 20% off, I think pretty much across the brands that they sell, including Hermes, which is kind of unheard of. You would never get a 10-20% off discount at Hermes. So I thought it might be interesting in case you always wanted to give their lipsticks a try, or if you want to buy one as a gift for someone. I think it would be a good time to do it now. I would recommend that you jump on this promotion because I don't know how long it's going to last. And as I've been seeing, they are definitely selling out of lipsticks, Hermes lipsticks in particular. So I would make sure that if you want to take advantage of this, you do it as fast as you can. It's not a sponsored announcement or anything, but I still wanted to mention it to you guys because this is something that I personally came across. But anyway, let's get into opening this. So the product that I picked up is from their lip line, but it's obviously not a lipstick. But all of them come packaged the same. They come with this outer packaging that is sort of like a craft paper, and then it has all the information and the ingredients on the back. If you open this up, you get, let's see if I got one. Yes. You get this orange box, which is obviously inspired by the original Hermes orange boxes. And then on the inside, you get your tube of lipstick, or in my case, a tube of lip balm. It does come in this sort of dust bag feel, but take this from someone who used to work in cosmetic development. The reason why they gave you this is not because they want to give you the Hermes experience, it's because they didn't want to spend money on developing an inlay for this. So they just gave you one of these little cheap dust bags so your lipstick doesn't rattle around in the box. But this, if you've ever felt an Hermes dust bag, you know that this is not what they feel like. This feels really cheap and sort of rough. But anyway, we're not here to review dust bags. But the product that I picked up is a lip balm. Now, all of the lipsticks, as far as I can tell, they all come in the same packaging with certain color variations. So the lip balm comes in an all white tube with this sort of bronze or rose gold stripe. The lipsticks in the regular range come in the same packaging, but I think the bottom is black. And then their seasonal colors, they do come with different outer packaging, but they all sort of look the same. And it feels quite heavy, to be honest with you. It's definitely a weighty package. And the cap is really nice. It's magnetized in case you're interested in that. I love that sound. And then on top, you get the Hermes Ex Libris logo. And the one that I picked up is just an untinted lip balm, which just looks like this. And what's great about this line is that each one of their products is refillable. So if you ever buy this for yourself, or if you ever get given one of these as a gift, you want to make sure that once you're done with the product, you don't throw this entire case out, because you can, I don't want to break it, but yeah, you should be able to remove whatever is in the case, and then you can pop it back in. So you can just, if you have one of these cases, you can just keep buying refills, which I think saves you quite a bit. So I think that's a great initiative for them to do that. It saves you money and it's better for the environment. But let's give this a first impression. It's a lip balm. And I did look at the ingredients, I think, earlier. And I think there's nothing really in here that would be unique or peculiar. It's just kind of a basic lip balm with a couple of plant-derived oils that have antioxidant properties. There's vitamin E in here and fragrance. The fragrance is nice. It's quite subtle. It's sort of like a zesty, almost like a vanilla mixed with some bitter orange, I would say. It's nice, but it's nothing life-changing. The reason why I picked this up is because I stopped by Hermes, as I mentioned a couple of months ago, just for a browse to have a look to see what's new, and they literally had nothing new. And instead of leaving empty-handed, I picked this up. If it wasn't for that visit of mine, I would have never bought this, because I think it's about like $70. And while it makes a great gift, it's not something that I personally need. It feels nice, but you know, it's a lip balm. And it's sort of reminding me of a lip balm that I used in the past. What was it called? It came in a blue tube, if I remember correctly. I'll put a picture of it up here, but I'm pretty sure it was a drugstore lip balm, so it's not a great thing that this reminds me of that. But anyway, in case you've always wanted to get an overpriced lip balm, now you can. I don't think they sell these on Selfridges.com, but they do sell, I think, the entire lipstick range. So if you're someone who wears lipstick, don't waste your money on this. Get yourself a lip balm with a little bit of tint. I think they come in two different finishes. They come in satin and then they come in a matte finish. And each one of the colors are matched to and named after an Hermes leather, an Hermes color that they used in the past. So my favorite one that I purchased as a gift a couple of times is the color Rouge Kazakh. Rouge Kazakh is the one that I usually buy, which is just a beautiful saturated chili red. And in the matte finish, it seems really nice. I mean, it appears, based on the swatches that I have seen, it appears to have really nice one swipe coverage. It's really pigmented and saturated. So they look really nice. Are they going to change your life? Probably not. But if you can get them at a discount, I think they would be a great thing to gift for someone during the holiday season. So I'll make sure to have that link below. But the lip balm it's fine. It's a lip balm. Okay, next up, let's look at this big boy, which is something that I got from the Hermes home collection. Now you know that I absolutely love Hermes homeware, and let's dig into this. I think Hermes homeware usually sells at this time of year because obviously it's such a popular thing to gift and also invest in, especially now when we are spending a lot of time at home. So if you want to buy anything Hermes homeware, I love how I just said let's get into this and I'm still talking. But if you want to buy anything Hermes homeware, please reach out to your Hermes SA as soon as you can, because I don't want you to get your hopes up and then you wait until last minute thinking that, oh, it's not something that will sell out because I always see it around. It probably will, and the Hermes website is not a reliable source of information because you can order something and then it can get cancelled anytime, or sometimes it doesn't get cancelled, but it will be in preparation for month on end and you don't get your order for like 6-7 months. So make sure that you reach out to your Hermes SA, or if you have to buy something online, buy it online, place your order, but then try to call customer services if you don't get a confirmation or any sort of update to make sure that it can ship in the foreseeable future. But anyway, the piece that I picked up and added to my collection is something to add to my Hermes tableware, and it is this set of little mugs. Now this is something that I don't have in my Mosaïque 24 collection, even though I think my collection is pretty comprehensive at this point. I have all different sizes of plates. I don't have cutlery, which is something that I want to do next. But one thing that I noticed I didn't have is any sort of mugs or cups. And that's because the glasses I do have are from a different collection and they are for just iced drinks. I'm personally not a hot beverage person. If I ever have a choice between hot tea and iced tea, I'm always going to go for iced tea, and I don't drink coffee, so that's not really a consideration. So perhaps because of that, we never bought into their mugs, but I thought it would be a nice addition to my collection. And I have to tell you that they basically had nothing at Hermes. So these mugs come in different sizes, but this is the only size they had left, which is the so-called breakfast mugs. So they are the largest that you can get, which I personally don't mind because that means you can use these for an acai bowl, for a smoothie. You can obviously use these for coffee or tea or whatever your drink of choice is in the morning. But you can also have a bowl of soup from this. You can have mashed potato, rice, whatever you want in here. It's just such a nice way of presenting it. So it's kind of like a little bowl and a cup in one. And then they also came with the saucers. You had to buy this as a set, which I honestly thought was quite a good deal because even though this was more expensive than probably how much anyone should spend on a mug, at least it came with these little plates, which obviously they go like this perfectly together and they match. But what I'm going to use this for is I'm actually going to use these as sort of a snack plate. So if you ever have afternoon tea,
if you want to have a little sandwich, if you want to have a scone, if you want to just have a protein bar or a slice of toast or something,
you can put that on here and you can use this on its own. You don't have to use these together, obviously. So for me, I thought it was quite a good deal because you get a mug and then you get this little plate, which is very classy and very formal to be used together. But I'm personally going to use these on their own as a plate. And yeah, I'm really happy with this purchase. When it comes to the Mosaïque collection, I heard yesterday when I was at Hermes that they are allegedly having a huge stock issue. They have essentially no stock of this collection worldwide. So if you want these, if you want to buy these for someone for Christmas, jump on these as soon as you can because yeah, they're saying that they literally have none of these in stock. So whatever your store has is what they have. Now, whether they can order stuff for you or not, that's a different question and how long it's going to take. But I know that they are selling out of these really quickly, and with France not really being back to work, I'm sure it's going to take much longer for them to produce more because I assume these are made in France. Let's just double check. Yeah, of course they're made in France. So yeah, if you want anything, tableware or anything from this particular collection, jump on these as soon as you can. The next piece is also from Hermes. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's technically from Saint Louis, which is a brand that is owned by Hermes. And I happen to love their products. They are a French heritage glassmaker brand and they make the most beautiful glasses. And I do have a couple of pieces from them. And I might have just ordered something else that I know I shouldn't have, but anyway, that's a story for another day. But I got this, and I wasn't going to show this because it's definitely not Hermes, but I picked this up yesterday. This was ordered a month and a half, two ago, and it just arrived yesterday. So I went to pick it up. I brought it home and realized that there is something missing, so it will be going right back. But I still wanted to show this to you guys. And while I personally don't drink, we do have a little bar set up that I like to decorate. And I noticed that we have quite a few Saint Louis martini glasses, but we don't have a matching shaker. So that's what I bought. I bought a martini shaker, even though I don't drink. But the way it comes packaged is in the Saint Louis packaging, and then it comes with the Hermes ribbon, considering I picked it up at the Hermes boutique. And then once you remove this, let's hope nothing falls out. Here is the martini shaker. So there are a couple of different collections that they make shakers in. The one that I chose is the Oxymore collection, which to me is quite art deco. It kind of reminds me of architecture. It always reminded me of the Empire State Building for some reason. I don't know why. So this is the collection that I have the glasses in. So I thought I would buy the matching shaker, which comes with this super heavy glass. I mean, this is so weighty that I cannot even explain to you. So it comes with the glass that has this really interesting but simple etching at the bottom. And this is so heavy. And then, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this from all the lights, but there is the top part of the martini shaker here that goes on top like this. And then this is the shaker. Now, as you can see, it didn't come with a lid or the top part, so you can shake this as much as you want, but everything will come out of it. So I will have to either take it back or ask them what's going on. We didn't look at this in the store because I was so excited that it arrived that I didn't even want to look at it. It came all beautifully wrapped up. So I didn't want to bother my essay with asking her to open it up for me. I just wanted to kind of pay for it and get it done, but there is that lid part missing. So this will have to go back, but I thought I would still share with you this little story. And what I find quite interesting about Saint Louis is that in the US, Hermes loves pushing Saint Louis, which I'm personally really happy about because I happen to love them. If you go to a larger Hermes store, they usually have either a separate section for Saint Louis or they have their pieces spread around the homeware section. But in Europe, the situation is quite different. Here, Saint Louis is sort of its own entity. Like Hermes doesn't really push their pieces. You cannot really pick these up in store unless you specifically order pieces, which is quite interesting. If you guys would want me to do a video on differences between shopping in the US and shopping in Europe when it comes to Hermes, let me know and give this video a thumbs up. I can definitely do that. But Saint Louis seems to be a big difference, that in the US it's quite popular among Hermes collectors, but here it seems to be, maybe because it's a European brand and it's already established on its own, they don't rely on Hermes as much. But here, you really cannot buy these from Hermes unless, as you mentioned, you specifically order them. And even if you do, it takes a long time. I mean, this took, I think, about 2 months to arrive, which I'm not sure what's going to happen now that it has to go back. But hopefully they'll figure something out with it because it is definitely a piece that I would love to have in my collection. Okay, next up, let's move on to a brand that I don't think I've ever talked about on my channel. And that's because they're a brand that I do appreciate that they have a strong aesthetic, but it's not an aesthetic that I personally identify with, and it's Versace. Now, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the brand as a whole. I think it looks great on some people. It's just not really my aesthetic. I think it's a little bit too loud and too in your face for my liking. But I do like a little bit of Medusa head here and there in my life. So these slippers I picked up, I think about a year ago at this point, and I absolutely love these. I get so many compliments on these. When people used to come over to our home, every single time someone saw these, I got so many questions. I happened to post a picture on my Instagram and these were in the picture, and so many people DM'd me asking me about these, asking me if they were Versace, if I got them from the store, where they could get them from. So they're clearly a crowd pleaser, and I think they would make an amazing holiday gift. Now, these are not the new pair that I picked up. I had to order a replacement, but they're not here yet. But I wanted to mention these in this video because I think these would make an amazing holiday gift. So the reason why I had to buy a new one is because when we moved, I wanted to make sure that I can wash these. So I was initially going to get these dry cleaned, but I read online on the Versace website that they recommend that you actually put these in the washing machine at a low temperature, which is exactly what I did. And then I made sure not to tumble dry them. I just let them air dry. And what I noticed in the following weeks is that these sort of started melting away. I started finding these little black fluffs all over the apartment, and initially I had no idea where they were coming from until I turned these around and realized that they are literally falling apart. Even now that I'm just holding these, if I look down, there are these black fluffs all around me. So you can buy these online, but I wanted to buy it from the boutique just because, people working in the boutique, advisors and stylists, they're having a slow season, and I don't want them to miss out on the commission that they usually rely on. And I know that this is not a huge purchase, but it's still something that I can do. So I wanted to pick these up from the boutique, even though they do have these online. And in the boutique, they don't have them, I think, in stock, or they didn't have the right size. They told me that they would let me know whenever these come in, and they have not. So I wanted to bring these up. If there's a Versace near you, definitely stop by and see if they have these in stock. These are from the same collection as those dressing gowns or robes or whatever you want to call them that are extremely popular. I have looked at those. I think they're really nice, but they're just a little bit too much for my liking. But I think these are amazing. They come in a couple of different colors. They come in white, they come in black, they come in this sort of silk print, but then the inside is yellow. So you do have a couple of options with this, and I think they just add such a nice and luxurious touch to either your own home, and they make a great gift. They're not going to break a bank. They are about, I think, just over $100, like $110, $120, so not ridiculous. And I think they would make a fabulous gift. Just please be careful not to put them in the washing machine, because I don't want you to go through the same thing that I have been going through, because before this, I really had no complaints about these. And then last but not least, let's quickly jump on to Diptyque, because I did pick up a couple of pieces from their holiday collection, which this year was quite special because they collaborated with an incredible artist that is quite well known for his work with Hermes. He designed a couple of quite distinctive scarves for the brand, which I absolutely loved. They are quite recognizable because they all feature some animal characters, and I think his collection was called Animopolis, Supolis, Animopolis, something along those lines. But his work is absolutely impeccable. It's so detail-oriented. He has a really strong aesthetic that is very, as I mentioned, recognizable. So as soon as I heard that he'll be collaborating with Diptyque for their holiday collection, I knew I had to get a couple of pieces. So I picked up two things. I picked up a candle accessory, and then I picked up an actual candle. They have 3 different scents in this collection with 3 different designs. So the one with the lion is sort of a spicy rose scent, and it's quite heavy on cinnamon, cloves, and sort of like a burnt kind of jammy rose. If you like the Diptyque Valentine's Day candles that they usually come out with, the one that they came out with for 2018 was quite similar to this. There is a green one with the deer on it, which is just an aromatic, quite expensive smelling pine or Christmas tree scent that has a hint of eucalyptus just to make it a little bit more fresh. And then the one that I picked up is the one with the swan, which is the sweetest and kind of warmest out of all of them. And if I remember correctly, smelling this at the store just kind of smelled like a Christmas hug. I almost forgot to mention that this year the Christmas candles come with a lid, which if you are a loyal Diptyque lover, you know that lids used to be something that you had to buy separate, but these pieces do come with a lid. And then as I mentioned, the one that I picked up has a swan on it. And exactly, it exactly smells like as I remember it. It just smells like sort of a Christmas hug. It definitely starts out being quite orangey and quite juicy, but then you get that really strong hit of cinnamon and ginger and just your typical Christmas spices, maybe even cloves, but the ginger and cinnamon are quite strong. But then at the bottom you have that warmth of the amber, which is really, really nice. It's really a beautiful Christmas scent that was my favorite out of the three. And then the other piece that I picked up is actually a candle accessory. For the past couple of years, Diptyque has been launching, as part of their Christmas collection, a carousel, which is so incredibly cute. It's essentially this little metal frame that you put over your Diptyque candles that has charms hanging off of it. And as the candle burns, the heat that it creates makes the carousel go around. It's kind of like a wind chime that you can use at night. It's really fun, and it creates a nice atmosphere, and if you know someone who is into their candles, it would be a beautiful addition. But other than the carousel, which they come out with every year, they also launched a lantern this year, which I have tested because I just couldn't wait. So I'll make sure to put a video up here of what it looks like in the dark. So the way it works is that you get your lantern, and it comes with this sort of metal frame that you are supposed to put over your candle of choice. It probably has to be a Diptyque candle or a candle that comes in the same size jar. So you put this over there, and then the lantern just goes on top. If you find a balance point, yeah. And then it just sort of goes around as the candle burns. Now the lantern is essentially the same concept, but I find the lantern to be a little bit less finicky than this. I've been finding that it matters what kind of candle you use, where you store your candle. Your candle cannot be a brand new candle. It sort of has to be a little bit burned down. Otherwise, it kind of just smokes up the top part. You do have to have a little bit of wind or some sort of air circulation going on in the room. Otherwise, it will stop spinning. Whereas the carousel, I don't find has that issue. It's so easy to use. You can just put it on any candle and it will start spinning. The carousel you can also pick up as part of a Christmas gift set. So if I can find it, I'll make sure to link it down below. I think would be such an amazing gift for someone who's into their candles, or perhaps for someone that you find already has everything and you don't know what to get them. I think these are some amazing things to look at. And this is it, guys. This completes today's video on some of my recent purchases. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and please let me know if there are any pieces that you have in your own collection. Would you consider any one of these? And if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!